Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Lunchroom, or maybe to the Lunchroom for the first time. I don't know. Welcome. Today I got 3 copies of the Egyptian god Slifer deck put together in absolutely the worst fashion. Now, I do not recommend playing this at home, much less competitively, but if you happen to be an eager beaver to lose all your star chips and locator cards and overall morale, here I am with a deck list for you. I have got not one, not two, but 3 copies of Slifer the Sky Dragon. Could you believe it? I put 3 copies of the Boss Monster in here. Whoop, whoop. But wait, there's more. Billy Mays here with another great deal for you. Sack your opponent's monsters. So I got 2 Soul Crossings on account of I can't really rely on summoning this card too many times in the same duel. 2 Soul Crossings. Cool, cool, cool. Bam. Take your opponent's monsters. Mr. Steal Your Girl. So I have 3 copies of Thunder Force Attack. I do enjoy the idea of nuking my opponent's face-up monsters right after the 2 copies of Ultimate Divine Beast get to work and reviving it from the graveyard out of nowhere. Let them, have the hand trap, have the response. Otherwise, enjoy crying. All right, boom, boom. Got those out of the way. Next up, I have 3 copies of The True Name. That's right. If we're going to play the Saki deck, we're going to play the Saki cards. I'm going to go ahead and try to stack my deck with, you guessed it, 3 copies of Card Advance. Standard strategy. Everybody who's seen this deck already knows about it. You know it had to go in. Boom, boom. Next up, now this is where things get a little strange. This is why you probably don't want to listen to me. I got not 1, not 2, but 3 copies of Lair of Darkness. And best believe I'm fetching it. So I got 3 copies of Arima the Wicked Warden. Now, Arima can also go ahead and, is it sack or destroy? Let me reread that before I give you false information. Tribute. That's right, you can sack one of your opponent's dudes. So if you got Lair of Darkness out, you can just start sacking your opponent's monsters for free advantage. Lets you, either draw a card or search out a copy of, all right, boom, 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 boom. Get that Lair package out of here. Copy of either Duke Shade, the Sinister Shadow Lord, so you can sack another one of your opponent's monsters, plus maybe a few more of yours if you got them extra tokens, to, go ahead and drop that on the board. And then also, interesting tech here, I discovered that if I sack a dark monster that is not Arima with Arima, I can also search out Tenyi Spirit Vishuddha, so that's kind of fun. Nice little compulse in the event I get off one of my tokens. Surprisingly solid, I'm not going to lie to you. Boom, boom. Cool beans. Next up, to go with the Lair package, I do have 2 copies of Enemy Controller. There's nothing quite as satisfying, if not degenerate, as sacking your opponent's monster to steal your opponent's monster. I think that that's pretty fun. So since I'm playing Lair Darkness, I threw in the 2 Enemy Controllers. All right, next up for token generation, I have 3 copies of the Reactor Slime. Geez, I can't read. 3 copies, Reactor Slime. Makes big tokens. You can sack it, or maybe one of your opponent's monsters if you have Lair of Darkness on the field. Just search out from your deck or graveyard this Metal Reflex Slime. So I've only got it at 1 because I'm trying to play semi-optimally. As optimally as you can get while running an Egyptian God deck, let's be real. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, and then I have 1 copy of Tellius the Little Angel. People would ask me why I'm not playing more, and it's simply because I'd rather play 2 copies of Scapegoat and run the risk of getting less for more, or getting less instead of more, right? The idea is I could get 4 tokens off of 1 card, so it's theoretically a +4 at the worst case scenario, and we could use the +4. Let's be real. Speaking of, just in case we do get that +4, we're going to see 2 copies of Beast King Barbaros. I would love to have either a 1900 beater, a 3K beater, or a 3K beater that nuked your board before it beat you. Honestly, great addition to an otherwise lackluster deck. All right, now, to round it up, I got 1 copy of Monster Reborn. And 2 copies of Restless Greed, a.k.a. give me 2k attack points if I have Slifer on board, or gimp me if I don't. Right. And I did actually put together an extra deck just in case you felt like, a side deck, just in case you felt like changing it up. So I would suggest to you to not listen to me. But if you did listen to me, you'd be playing 1 Vishuddha in that sideboard, just in case you needed an extra target for your lair searches. Triple Breaker the Magical Warrior, in case you just really have a specific floodgate to get over. 3 copies of Supply Squad, because you like drawing cards, and so does Slifer. We take Supply Squads. 1 more copy of Soul Crossing, just in case. This copy of Harpy's Feather Duster, if you're going up against many floodgates to begin with, and you don't think Breaker is enough. 2 copies of Draw of Fate. It's an anime card, it's an anime deck. Why the hell would I not play for Draw of Fate? 1 more enemy controller. And 2 copies of Monarch Stormforth. Sorry, no, March of the Monarchs. Monarch Stormforth is in the Obelisk deck. I apologize for lying to you guys. Alright, boop boop. And that's it for the extra deck then. Sorry, side deck. That's the second time I've made that mistake this video. Whoopsie doopsies. Alright, everybody, thank you for coming to the Lunchroom. We don't make good decks here, we make fun decks here. And if you can't have fun playing Slifer the Sky Dragon right out of the box, I don't know what you're doing. Everybody have a good rest of your day. And if I have anything left to tell you, it's that Slifer the Sky Dragon would approve of you losing with this deck. Thank you very much. Have a good rest of your evening.